USL eCup Rocket League Edition in Group 5. St. Louis FC, one of the great soccer towns in America. Richmond Kickers, one of the great clubs in America. RVA proud. Top of the group, and a big group stage game lies ahead with Devin Kerr, Mike Watts on hand. Devin, couple of 1v1s, but we're going to see some different players. That makes this a little bit different. We're also well aware top two teams get through. It means a win here might not assure your place, but pretty darn close.
Especially coming off of the wins in general. Thought maybe they would have gone after this and get a guaranteed victory, but not the case, electing to switch it up a little bit. Remember, St. Louis, Richmond, Red Bull, and North Texas, their fates have not been sealed, but an excellent opportunity for both St. Louis and Richmond to get back on the board and sit at the top of the group, looking down on everybody else.
A look at the player matchup for this. Keith Mayfield, Alamaxia is back for St. Louis. Mike Dillon makes his debut for Richmond.
St. Louis, love the fact that they got to take on another Eastern Conference friend. Wasn't sure where they were going to show up, but it was a positive plus 16 goal differential, and Alamaxia is looking to set the Richmond Kickers back in time.
Former championship rivals. Now it's League One versus Championship. Game one in this best of three follows this time out.
When you need quality electrical work for your home or business, look to theelectricalconnection.org. Created as a partnership between IBEW Local 1 electricians and the St. Louis chapter of the National Electrical Contractors Association, the Electrical Connection has been setting the standard for electrical excellence in St. Louis for over 100 years. You can depend on our highly skilled and trained workforce, your number one source for quality electrical and communication contractors, electricalconnection.org.
This year we've developed Ale d'Or, which is a beer brewed exclusively for the St. Louis Football Club. We've been partners with STLC for coming up on 3 years now. St. Louis Football Club got some Schlafly, call out our Luligan friends on the side. You'll be able to find Ale d'Or obviously out at Soccer Park and then at your local grocery in and around St. Louis, so we're really excited to get it out there in the market. We're excited to debut it in 16-ounce cans for the upcoming season.
USL eCup Rocket League Edition. Team from League One, team from the championship. Richmond, St. Louis. Game one in this best of three to determine the top of the group after match day 2 in Group 5. And Richmond getting right at it from the get-go. Mike Dillon, Devin, a member of the Red Army supporters group. This is a big moment for him. He's always supported the team. Now he gets to play for the team. But for St. Louis, Alamaxia picking up where he left off against Red Bull. Won those games 9-1, 8-0. He's ahead early.
The thrashing of Preston Kielwind earned himself some adult beverages, but how about the celebration, Mike? Just 20 seconds in, up 1-0. I will kick you, though. They're pretty high on Mike Dillon and what he brings to the table, and Richmond staying true to their form. They are rotating players just as they said they would.
Well, they made clear that they had 3 good options, all representing different areas, so to speak, of the club. Got a fan, a member of the youth team. That's always a bright idea. Alamaxia from distance.
And remember, Mike, though Richmond Kickers got the victory against North Texas SC, it was troublesome. Taylor Bosick had to come back, especially in the second match. He'd gone down, fought his way back into it. They're calling him the comeback kid. We all go back to his good luck charm, Kevin the Peacock. Let's see if that Peacock can show a little help with his compatriot, Mike Dillon.
It's an own goal.
Tell you, Mike, I think he gets a touch on the end of this. Watch, right in front of goal. Oh, Alamaxia, you dirty, dirty dog. What a little poacher. He is going to kick you.
Well, 3-0 now to St. Louis, and only Keith Mayfield came to play again, didn't he? 4-0.
And even better news, Mike, we've taken a further review at Alamaxia's car, and yes, his antenna holder will allow him to find himself at the local supermarket.
Minute 10 now into this game one. Not any boost to toy with. Alamaxia is going to go up for the aerial. In the end, this is going to bounce toward goal longingly, and then it gets smacked off the post. Alamaxia goes studs up on the challenge. We know he can score from here. Instead, he's going to walk it in and poke it into the net, make it a 5-0 margin. St. Louis look like they are ready to grab first place in this group.
Interesting that, though not by design, he actually avoided boosts all the way in, and it really is impressive to see the skill set just 1 yard from goal.
As we know, Devin, not everyone can score from 1 yard out.
Exactly my point, Michael, and all the more reason why you need to really hone your skills in from the other side of the arena, just as Alamaxia is doing right now.
It's good car control initially on both sides, but in the end, Alamaxia nearly denied from about 1 yard out, but not nearly enough from Richmond to keep that out of the net.
Makes you wonder what the strategy is going to be for the kickers going forward. And they brought a couple boys in, felt like, okay, we were going to rotate, we were going to be just fine. They have one other. Of course, Taylor Bosic let everybody off. Aiden Hendricks is the other one. He actually plays on the youth team. And Mike Dillon is second up, but he's struggling early.
And to a certain extent, Devin, as Alamaxia looking for that second tap. And now he gets up high and knocks it wide. Devin, you're down 6-0. You've given up all the positive goal differential you had. There is a reasonable chance you could have 3 teams finish on three points. Things can get dangerous pretty quick as Alamaxia scores again.
The negative goal differential is definitely going to come into play, and this is the time where you need to find a way to put a Band-Aid on it. We understand that you're cut and you're probably going to keep going, but you just got to find a way to stop the bleeding a little bit. The next matchups aren't until next week. Remember, St. Louis, North Texas, New York Red Bull, Richmond, and the way that things are playing out, that Red Bull Richmond game could prove quite troublesome because St. Louis is cruising.
Steered back down by Alamaxia. If he got that to go, he does. That is an absolute dream of a goal. Well, it had help.
He scored.
Alamaxia making up for lost time. Ships it along, dribbles off his car. He could have steered that home. Alamaxia. Well, now he's going to rise up. And off the turn, lays this to the cup.
And the good news is, Mike, is he's reached double digits. And so that goal differential for St. Louis not going to be an issue whatsoever. Plus 16 coming in right now, sitting at a comfortable plus 26. And yes, that is my first edition of the day.
Oh, this couldn't possibly. Stays out off the flip reset, knocked back toward goal. Look at this, can he dunk it? 1 minute to go to find a goal for Richmond. They may end up having to go back to Taylor Bostic next game, or they may go to their third man on the bench. But they are, at this point, locked in this match. Great save coming out. Oh, there's no boost.
That a boy.
That extra 12, he's able to get it in. And first goal of this tournament for Mike Dillon.
He will kick you. Yes, he will kick you. 9 goals in 29 seconds. I'm betting the farm.
One of the drummers for the Red Army adds 1, adds 2. And who knows, maybe we're seeing the paradigm shift before Game 2 begins.
Don't call it a comeback, Mike.
I won't. Not in this game, maybe in the match. The rebound.
Oh, have a chat with Martin Lawrence. We know how that ended up. Again, another movie analogy that Michael Watts is not aware of, but Alamaxia has seen so many times before.
You're right. All of that was correct. 20 seconds to go, and Alamaxia right off the kickoff. Here he comes. As soon as Richmond got 2 goals, St. Louis took them right back.
To be clear, Mike, I didn't say exactly who was coming back. I said, don't call it a comeback. I was very specific. And I said 9 goals in the final 29 seconds. Well, we've seen 4 and 15. So once again, I've been right and wrong, and I will sleep better tonight.
Alamaxia knocks this off the wall. Can he turn this in? Won't add that extra goal for differential's sake. And St. Louis FC have won each of their opening 3 games through a match plus by 8 goals or more. USL eCup. Game 2, this best of 3 after this break.
Most auto insurers love when you have 2 cars. And they love it even more when you have a driveway full, because they get to charge you more. At Elephant Insurance, we believe the more cars you have, the more you save. We call it the Elephant Multi-Car Discount. It's like buying in bulk, and you can save up to 25%. Take control of your car insurance. Quote online today and see what you can save at elephant.com.
When building our home, I knew that the stone was going to be the absolute foundation to our house. I knew it needed to be durable, but also I wanted it to be beautiful. I love working with Absolute Stone Design because their customer service is top-notch, their staff is super friendly, and most of all, they truly care.
Come explore Absolute Stone Design's reimagined showroom, featuring our all-new shower and flooring galleries. No dream home is complete without Absolute Stone Design.
Game 2 in a best-of-3 series. Things becoming dire for Richmond kickers. They could fall into the ranks of the ordinary. Alamaxia gets the implosion and grabs the opening goal 10 seconds in. Devin, if you're St. Louis, is it time to get into cruise control?
Michael, he's been in cruise control since the time that he stepped onto the pitch, virtually, of course, with New York Red Bull and Preston Kilwine. Excuse me, I have to change the litter box.
Laid on by Richmond, and they've overrun it defensively. Alamaxia is going to let this bounce onto him.
Quality finish using the boots, Mike. Love the little touches, even at the end. You cannot deplete your reserves for a boost in case you miss and got to go back the other way. By the way, I just realized I don't even have a cat.
Half a minute in. You know, Devin, I figured out, I think, why St.
Welcome to my
Louis? Well, Alamaxia's got a 3-goal lead. I'm starting to see why he's able to proportion his boost so well.
The hatchback.
Unrelated to that, as the smoke billows out, as a Luligan always does, I think he's using his actuarial science degree to his benefit. That's my guess. Look at this. Doesn't get any better than that.
Oh. We're going Ariel. Oh, yeah. He deserves it, Mike. I got to give him the shout.
4:13 to go, 4-0 to St. Louis.
I'm not even sure I can spell that degree.
Alamaxia nearly recovering, but Dylan can't get there. And Keith Mayfield grabs a 5-goal advantage.
Well, you can basically book St. Louis and Keith Mayfield into the second round. I mean, I understand there's still a lot of work to do, but 2 wins with the way things have set up. Obviously, Richmond's going to have to recover in their next match. Again, that's not till next week. Is he going to do this? Oh, boy. Almost. You know, they're going to end up playing Red Bull. And they can still get themselves to 2 wins. There's still work to be done, but with the goal differential sitting on 6 points, you have to feel good about your chances in that top 2.
A bouncing slam from Alamaxia. He's tried to do full 720s and make that touch, but this time he keeps it simple. Well, Keith Mayfield has most certainly earned his billing. There were 4 or 5 people who reached out shortly after the team was announced for St. Louis FC. They had those guys connect, play, essentially a tryout. And this was the rep they ID'd because Alamaxia has something special about him.
Oh, that's a good challenge. There you go.
And Alamaxia totally misfires for the ball. The flip reset, and it wasn't going to be on target either way. Still no shots in this game for a moribund Richmond Kickers side. The delicate touch to the near post.
The 10-2 that was. It's an own goal. Little touch at the end. And again, have to give credit to I Will Kick You. He has scored in both matches. Unfortunately, it's been in the back of his own net.
Well, 12-2. He fell in match 1. He's now behind 9-0 on a gorgeous aerial goal by St. Louis.
He's gotten better between these 2 matches, Mike. Definitely getting better, and that's what you want to see. Even if you have to take some hits here and there, as long as you're progressing and making sure that you're getting better every time you step into the arena, that's what we're looking for.
You know, this guy regularly plays on Twitch. He usually tries to do so for charity, which is impressive in its own right. And ahead 10-0 here. You can see the amount of practice he puts in, even if he doesn't typically play in official tournaments.
And a little known fact about Alamaxia, Mike, he's actually able to bake a pizza with his hands tied behind his back.
Did Tyler Tetzlaff tell you that? The outstanding St. Louis PR man?
Exactly. Tyler, by the way, isn't able to cook at all. He told me that too.
Alamaxia right now could probably win this thing up 11 goals with his hands behind his back.
Look at the control. Precision. Willing to wait out his opponent the entire way. I love it.
Initial save, but that's where the danger begins. He comes out and challenges, and he lobs him.
Cheeky little chip. Little Rabona. Yeah, the ball was moving, but I do not care. Really like where this guy's headed at. Making all the St. Louligans proud, the Lady Louligans, everybody. Let's dance together. We will rock you. Everybody.
Alamaxia, they are absolutely jazzed up.
I have a feeling things are going to be a little bit different under Steve Tritchu compared to Anthony Pulis. And I'm not talking about playing style. I'm talking about dressing style. I want to know who the better dressy is between Trit and Anthony. Both of those guys bring different measures to the sideline. But only one can be the head of an E-League champ.
Knocked off the sidewall. You know, Devin, it's an impressive collection of polo shirts that Anthony Pulis has accumulated over many years. Steve Tritchu, a St. Louis Soccer Hall of Famer, which is a massive achievement in a soccer-starved town. One that has been host to that outstanding collegiate program at SLU for so long. Tritchu, of course, playing the U.S. national team in some major games over the years. Goal number 40 for Alamaxia between his two matches, including now a resounding 25 here.
One of my personal favorite facts about Steve Tritchu, Mike, is the fact that he was actually the first American to ever play in a European Cup. Most people think of where this U.S. soccer stature has gone in this and that. He played for Sparta Prague all the way back in the early 90s.
There are coaches that
he returned back to the States. Who did he play for?
You've got 6 seconds to tell me.
Your USL championship, Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Oh.
Think about that.
There's some good European history here. Greenville Triumph, John Hart's first American to play in the Premiership, right?
Remember the team?
All right, we'll come back with more fun facts later in the tournament. As it stands, St. Louis FC and Alamaxia have far and away run away, it appears, with this group. We'll show you the highlights after this. Take a look at highlights here in USL. eCup St. Louis taking on Richmond. St. Louis FC, 2 big wins, 12-2, 14-0. Alamaxia Devon has shown that the Louligans a force to be reckoned with.
I'm trying to figure out, Mike, does it matter if it is the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference? Because my personal opinion, it doesn't. Because no matter what, they get victories. Alamaxia, Keith Mayfield, take a bow, my friend. It did not matter the fact that Richmond rotated a player. Don't necessarily agree with that, and the Red Army supporters group is going to be frustrated because they got a victory. They did well for themselves, but now they got to climb that totem pole.
So St. Louis FC in Group 5, now 2 wins in 2 matches. They knock off Red Bull, and now Richmond going into match day 3. For Devin Kerr, producer Sharni Yerke, our entire Vista WorldLink team, Mike Watts, saying thanks for watching USL eCup, and we'll see you again next time.